even though the chapter deals with la casa, okay, this vocabulary now deals with los quehaceres. Okay, the word quehacer means chore. All right, so quehaceres, your chores. Okay, the chores that you do in la casa. Okay, what are some of the things? I think it's funny because it takes the word que, what, and then hacer, to do. So like, it's what you do in the house. Okay, to make it pretty, to make it nice, to make it clean, to make it whatever. Okay, so going through the different rooms, los cuartos, por favor, starting at the top, en la izquierda, hacer la cama. What is hacer la cama? Make the bed. And this one is like a literal translation from English. Hacer, make, la, the, cama, bed. All right, so make the bed. Okay. I'm in my 50s and I do not make my bed. Yo no hago la cama. I'm just going to get in it tonight again. What's the point? As long as the cobijas, the blankets, aren't on the floor, I'm good. All right. Jack's like, I agree. All right. Can you talk to my mom? No. So muy bien. Okay. The next que hacer, planchar la ropa. What is planchar la ropa? Ironing the clothes. Yes. So unless you want it to look like you literally slept in it, okay, planchar la ropa. How many of you planchan la ropa, like consistently? Audrey's like,
I think it depends on what it is.
Cheyenne was already like, nope. If I look like a bum, I look like a bum. I don't care. All right, so muy bien. It's funny because when I was your age, I was kind of like OCD about it. Like everything had to be pressed and ironed. And my mom was just like, si tú quieres, tú hazlo. Like, if you want it, you go ahead and do it. I'm not going to iron your shit for you. So I learned how to do my stuff. Now that I'm older, though, I'm just like, fuck it. All right, no me importa. It's not worth it. There's more important things in life. So if you were anything like me, I was going to say, you know what, but I mean, you guys are like, nope, I don't even iron. Okay, so, and it's a stereotype, which is kind of true. Latin women like to iron and they will, like I've had people, I'll say people, iron like my underwear before, and I'm like, that does not need to be ironed.
I use wrinkle spray.
Yes.
That's like saves me.
I know. I guess it wasn't invented back then when I was your age. But yes, nowadays, like I have a big bottle just hanging like in my closet. So if something does look like really bad, I'm like, all right, give it 10 minutes, smooth it out. All right, so yes. Yes, gracias, Jack. Wrinkle spray, you can get it at Target. Moving a la derecha, okay, en el baño. Now, the word limpiar can be used for just about anything. But what is limpiar? Clean. Actually, it's clean. All right, lavar is to wash. But limpiar, okay? Now, specifically here, they have limpiar la bañera. So cleaning what? Yeah, cleaning the bath or cleaning the tub, okay? Obviously, you can put whatever you want after that. Limpiar el baño, clean the bathroom. Limpiar la casa, clean the house. Limpiar el coche, clean the car, okay? Limpiar la mesa, clean the table, all right? So you can add whatever thing you want. And then the next one, the girl over by the inodoro, barrer el piso. What would barrer el piso? Sweep the floor, sí, okay? Now, I don't know why we say in Spanish barrer el piso, because what else are you going to sweep? I mean, barrer to me is enough, but, barrer el piso, okay? So move down, okay, into el comedor, all right? I guess in the dining room, poner la mesa, he's literally putting plates out. So what do we call that en español? I'm sorry, en inglés. Set the table. Okay, in Espanol, we literally say we're putting the table together, because not literally the table, but like the flatware, the cutlery, the dishes, the cups, you're putting everything out. Okay? And then, of course, quitar la mesa. How would we say that in English? She's like putting the dishes into a tray and taking them away. Clear the table. All right? The word quitar means to take away. So like you're taking away like all of the stuff off of the table. All right? But yes, we do say it a little fancier in English. Okay? Moving into la cocina. And I want to start on the left, all right, en la izquierda, because Cheyenne kind of gave it to us. What is lavar? And here we're doing it with los platos.
To wash.
To wash, okay? So lavar just means to wash, okay? So lavar los platos would be washing what? Yeah, the dishes, washing dishes, okay? Once again, oh, and I think they give you a couple of other ones. You can add whatever it is that you're washing. Okay, so lavar el coche, wash the car. Lavar el patio, if you're like pressure washing your patio. Okay, etc. Okay. Oh, lavar la ropa. She's holding up pants and other articles. What would lavar la ropa?
Wash the clothes.
Washing clothes. Yeah. In English, sometimes we say doing laundry. There is no word for that in Espanol. So in Espanol, we just say lavar la ropa. And I don't know why they didn't include it there, because I think they use it later on. And of course, since some of us do have this appliance, but even if you don't. Okay? The word secar means to dry. Okay, so to dry. So secar la ropa. So if your clothes is in the dryer, okay, secar la ropa. And of course, you can use it for everything else, like secar las manos. I'm drying off my hands if you got them wet. If I spilled mi agua, secar la mesa. I'm drying off the table. Okay, if I spill, if snow got in my boot, which it did happen the other day, so secar la bota, I'm drying out my boot. Okay, all right, so move down into la sala. Okay, and another one we already know lavar is to wash. What would ventanas be? Windows. Honestly, though, that's kind of a weird thing to say to me. Okay, with my Espanol Mexicano, I would say limpiar las ventanas, clean the windows. All right, because I think that is how you guys say it in English, right? I'm trying to remember.
My grandma would tell me to wash windows.
Wash windows,
Wash walls, too.
clean the windows, wash the walls. Yeah, I guess. All right. However you want to say it is fine, and how you translate it. So if it's Allie's grandma, then I guess you are washing the windows. If it's Allie's cleaning the windows. Okay. Pasar la aspiradora. What would pasar la aspiradora? Muy bien. To vacuum. Okay. In Espanol, we literally say we are passing the vacuum. Okay, but yes, to vacuum. Although if you go to England, they call it hoovering, like I'm hoovering. Anyone know why?
Because of the brand.
Yeah, one of the first brands of vacuums in England was the Hoover. I don't think they make them anymore, but they still use the term to hoover or hoovering, or, I need to hoover the carpet. And it's just like, whoa, okay, it's one of those things. All right. Finally, if you go a la derecha, sacar la basura. What is sacar la basura? Jack's favorite, I know it is. Taking out the garbage. You're like, nope. Take out the garbage or take out the trash. Okay, however you want to say it. Okay, this is mi favorito. Like, honestly, like, people leave me alone. Cortar el césped. What is cortar el césped? How do we say it in English?
Cut the grass.
Cut the grass or mow the lawn. Yeah, sorry, Allie. It does translate to cut the grass. Cortar means to cut, and then césped is the word for grass. Okay, but yeah, most of us in English say mow the lawn. we have like little fancier terms in English. Once again, it's not the eating room like we do in Spanish. It's the dining room. You're dining. You're not cutting grass. You're mowing the lawn. Okay. And then finally, regar las plantas. What would regar las plantas? Watering your plants. Okay. Muy bien. Okay, so, ¿qué hora es? All right, we have a few momentos. Okay, go to page 129, por favor.